Welcome back from the commercial break. We're having light moments here with the Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Hajat Rukia Nakadama, and she is the woman representative, Mayuge District. We appreciate for your work that you do. And being here, indeed, it's not by a surprise. You are the minister without portfolio. So it means that you have a lot that we need to share from across board. And having said that, we'll be going through where we had reached. And my concern, as we share with the viewers, is to look at what is the justification of our current status. Are we lower middle income status of where we are now? Because this was an aspiration by 2017. Because Prime Minister, the citizens, some who are commentators and others who are concerned, desire to know the state of the current economy and compare it to the aspiration of the lower middle income status. There are some of our Ugandans who are not going, a whole day without a meal. There are some of the Ugandans. There are some of the Ugandans, like in Kamoja, who are now in need of intervention for humanitarian assistance. And also, of recent, I've seen a little bit of decline, but still here, in the streets here of Kampala, where we are having over 1,000 of children who are on the street. So it remains a question of debate, but maybe with hope, since we are with you, Mama, to tell us whether we are moving really rightly towards either achieving lower middle income status, or whether we have already achieved it, and to see how we can progress forward.
I would say that there is a way we have, I would say that we have achieved the lower middle income. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh yes, oh yes.
Yes, because if you look at some of the achievements that we have got, I want to inform you that there is increase in electricity, which is 1,200 megawatts. This is going to be increased to 1,800 megawatts. That is upon completion of our Karuma Dam. If we get that type of electricity, I know it is that is an achievement. There are things that we have among the challenges that maybe if I can talk about the roads. We have tarmacked some of the roads, and I think it is a big change that the NRM government has tried to put many roads. It has tried to tarmac many of the roads right now, and people have seen it all over, because I did not name, I cannot name them, but if you look around the whole of our country, you can see the infrastructure, the improvement that has been achieved. That one is showing that we have moved from a certain stage and we are at another level. Recently, we found a vehicle around there at this is Northern Bypass, that this person did not know where exactly to go. He was saying, I'm lost, I don't know which direction I should take. So this person was going to Jinja, but he did not know exactly where can he, which is the route to take him. So I'm just giving an example that we have tarmacked the road. If we talk about electricity, if we talk about water, areas, they have extended water to many places, including our villages. Over the weekend, I was in one of my villages, and they were telling me, for us here, the villages have got, imagine the villages deep there, in the sugarcane plantations. There is electricity, but there's such and such a village has not yet got electricity. Somebody talk about electricity in the village, you can see that is a transformation. And of course, when they get such things, They know how they have also to change their way of living because they have to use it, and of course that is continuation of changing their lives. And when you talk of the Karamojong and maybe other people who are not yet, who are still having challenges, I want to tell you that when we came up with that parish development model, we said we wanted to target the 39%. The 39% has not yet reached that level. They are still lagging behind, and those are the people whom we want to target to see that they can also move from that step to another level. So all in all, I'll say in summary, those people who you are talking about, who are still getting 1 meal a day, I'll put them under the 39% whom we are targeting for our parish development model. Yes.
Thank you so much, but we still would like to create an environment that may either give Ugandans a focus that the government is going to do better than what it's doing. Number one, I will be making a comparative analysis, and together with you, we will also either appreciate where you find indeed a gap, or maybe to also trace where we can make better progress. I will talk about the health sector, because as I say that when you're a rich man, one will easily know, comes and see how you are dressed up, how you easily clean up and say, wow, things are better. Uganda, whenever we reach to a climax of some of the need, attending the need of acquiring specialized medication, we always run to Nairobi, especially the Aga Khan Hospital. And we compare again to our systems, how appreciating the government effort to improve the health sector, including the construction of the specialized hospital of this one, which was on Entebbe Road, this one, the one which was aimed at working on a specialized hospital, which stalled. And yet, the ability of this country to have better health system seems to be demanded. When we find that every other referrals are referred to these other countries, we feel we are much more in lack of better services. According to the interventions, since you are the minister as well, without portfolio, how best can we expedite on improving on the health sector, and what the government is also desiring to do to ensure that's on another social service, electricity, where it has reached in the villages, and we find that the accessibility of electricity to people becomes affordable, because electricity is there, but accessibility seems to be a challenge. Those two areas, and we'll go continue moving slowly by slowly.
Yeah, when we complete our, like I
Rubowa, yes, I've recorded the Rubowa Hospital.
Rubowa Hospital.
Yes, please.
When we complete our Karuma Dam, like I was saying, we expect power to go to 5 cents, 0.5 cents, or they call it 5 cents. I think that will be an improvement, because recently I was sharing with one of our investors here, and he was telling me that we are getting a lot of products from other countries that is importing, because our tariffs, the electricity is still high. So we were saying that when we complete the dam, power will come down. We are expecting it to be like at 5 cents. So if it goes down to 5 cents, I think it will be an improvement in terms of getting money, more money to the improving on our economy, because we shall reduce on the importation, and then we increase on the exportation. So that one, we can call it a plus to our country. When we talk about the health sector, of course it is still a challenge that we are still having those gaps, like the hospital you were talking about, Lubowa Hospital, and of course people going out of this country to go for treatment. It is still a challenge, but those are now the areas that are being targeted to see how can we improve on the health sector. We need to, of course, construct more. But before we do that, I want us to appreciate what is there right now, because this is not what we used to have. If you come to Kampala, you see how those hospitals that have been constructed have decongested Mulago, because Mulago used to be so congested, but right now we have Chirudu, we have Kawempe, we have Naguru, plus Mulago, and plus those others.
Thank you.
So if we talk about improvement, now we need to continue improving on the human resource, and of course we improve on the salaries, and then bringing the more technical and advanced machines that can help us to see that our people are treated within the country. Those are the challenges that we, I think, looking at to see how can we overcome these challenges.
Isn't it long overdue? Because the capacity we believe that we have, there are some of the challenges that you are aware of, including having, the cancer, machines, especially being installed in some of the regional referral hospitals. And it looks to be, including where I come from the West, Kabale Referral Hospital, and others, even, Guru or Referral Hospital. There are some of the medical installation of those machines that seems to have delayed. And yet we don't think, if maybe allocation of funds was there, if there was appropriate allocation of funds, possibly it would have been possible. What do you think is the plan of the government to bridge that gap? Maybe when will it happen?
Now I cannot tell you that today or tomorrow allocation of bringing such machines like for cancer and so on, they are going to be done. But these are in the pipeline. These are things in the pipeline. If we say that our oil and gas will start, we shall start getting money out of it. Those are the things that can be again be done, because we know that income will still, we shall add on the income of the country. I told you, if the power is, if the dam is completed, our exports will also increase. And those are the things that are in the pipeline that can be done with such money. Sometimes there are certain things that we are not doing because the resource envelope is small. So you cannot think that all what we've done, we have to get money from other people. All this infrastructure that I'm talking about, I've talked about the roads, I'm talking about the water, I'm talking about of course, even constructing some of these dams, some of it is our money. So those are the areas that we are looking at. How can we now improve the health sector? So I think those are the things that will come on board when we improve when we complete what we are planning to, what is going on, like completing the dam, having our oil and gas work, and so on and so forth. Yes.
Thank you so much. We will also be looking at the agriculture sector, because the vision transform Uganda society from a peasant to a modern and prosperous country. Uganda being the agrarian economy, we are expected to be allocating enough resources, much as we say we have meager resources, small envelope you are, talking about. But we seem to be in need of giving better attention, especially to upgrade from the peasantry farming to indeed a more commercialized modern farming style. There are countries abroad and even nearby where you identify with them and they tell you we have these farms of rice, farms of millet, and indeed when you talk about export, it's just very easy. And in most cases, they are being driven by some of the approaches that includes agricultural, improved agricultural financing, and also mechanized agriculture. This whole application for the improvement of the economy seems to be drawing us. And what is happening, we know we may not use the mechanized style of agriculture, but yet it should have been taken the stage. The distribution of horse seems to be much more the distribution of tractors, which is affecting us whenever we go to the output and the outcome. What is the strategy of the government to walk the talk of ensuring that we graduate from being much more of peasants and to a large scale agricultural producers, macro agricultural producers?
Yeah, I want to say that government is trying to change or to convert like 68% of the homesteads from subsistence farming to commercial agriculture. There is increased this involvement of people growing cash crops and that is cash crops and the livestock. I think if you look around, you can see that there is a lot of involvement that people have really turned away from what they called subsistence farming. Very many people have really turned out of it. Now they are mainly growing cash crops or growing crops that for getting money, and then livestock. Many of the people are doing that. This is this can be evidenced from the production capacity of exports. So for example, coffee, you can see how coffee is being produced. Right now, Uganda, we are, I think, either first or second in Africa, the way we are exporting coffee, and I think we are seventh in the world in terms of exporting coffee, which means that there is an increase of our people growing that crop. You were talking about cotton. Our people had left cotton, but we have now some places that have gone back to cotton. We have, if you look at the animals, the president has been telling people how to improve on their livestock by putting more, adding value to the local livestock, to exotic ones, so that they can produce more than they used to produce. So that that is an increase in commercializing what these people are doing. Because if somebody has like 2 cows, 3 cows, but when the production of milk is a bit high, those people cannot take all that milk at home. The rest is going to be, they will take, of course, some 2 liters, the rest will be for selling. And even other things. The goats, these days people, I think you saw in Karamoja, how government was giving out goats, which are exotic, so that they can be, if they go and multiply, and sometimes crossed by our local ones, those ones can be bought at a higher price than the locals. So there is a lot that has been done to see that we change our people from commercial agriculture from subsistence to commercial agriculture. And like I was telling you, our parish development model is also targeting the same. We want to see those people, how can they change from subsistence agriculture to commercial agriculture. That's why we are targeting somebody who he came up with the 4-acre model. That is now that lowest person. We thought that if he has the 4-acre model, you can get 1 acre of coffee. That person, after the 3.5 years or 4 years, when it starts harvesting, he can be getting 20 million per annum if you have that acre.
Thank you, Honorable. We'll be going for a commercial break, but there are some of the unanswered questions. Of course, you may not answer all of them, especially looking at the level of unemployment, productivity matches the level of consumption and demand, the domestic consumption and even the demand of some of the commodities that are imported. We seem to be having an imbalance of trade, the consumption capacity and what we produce. Then also, as we come back from the commercial break, dear viewers, and don't go away, we also will take the opportunity on your behalf to ask the Right Honorable Prime Minister to be mindful of the challenges in the society, especially the issue of unemployment. That also maybe before she leaves us here, she may give you hope of how we are maybe progressively or maybe are still facing challenges of fulfilling the need to provide employment to the youth, the graduate, and those who are not graduate. Stay tuned on Smart 24 TV. It's a good evening of realizing the discussion of achieving the middle income status. Thank you.